All right, you guys. My name's Beloved. I'm here with the Don and Shawnee, and this is Three Takes. Before we get started into our topic today, of course, you know I'm about to ask, how are we today on this good Monday?
I'm all right. I didn't even know it was Monday. I know I thought it was Tuesday.
Okay,
Good.
I thought it was just me. I thought it was like Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
It was given middle of the week.
It's getting the middle of the week.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the week. Shit, my week don't really start till tomorrow.
Oh, so you
Low
like
key.
off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Yeah, I've been off. I'm playing hooky. So, but I'll be going back soon.
I'm
I
done.
can't be mad at you. This my I did work over the weekend and it's my day off and then I'm off tomorrow, so I feel you on that. I do feel you.
I just came back from Chicago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, how was that?
It was cool. I went for the
Oh, you
Beyonce.
went for Beyonce, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people went for that. I was seeing a lot of people post about that.
It was litty. It was litty.
It was fun
You know, I don't care too much for
for
her,
her.
for that lady.
Well, I seen everybody putting their cowgirl on to go see her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's giving cult.
I'm weak. She said it's
The
giving
lady
cold.
told y'all come with y'all cowboy stuff on. And y'all sure did. I mean, y'all all look nice though. I ain't mad at
I'm
y'all.
weak. She didn't tell us to do anything.
Oh, what she
I'm weak.
what she tell y'all to do?
She didn't tell us
She said we chose on our own to do that shit.
yeah.
Touche, touche. Did y'all see the little baby, the little daughter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Y'all
blue.
cannot tell me that they did not give that little girl something
Who blue?
because they. So you know, there's been videos like comparison videos going around with her being on stage the first time, like she was overly excited.
Mm-hmm.
Next couple times, baby was calm.
Yeah.
Like they told that little girl, hey, you better chill, cause she's been chilled.
Yeah.
I ain't seen nothing since.
They probably did. Shit. I don't know.
Why she up there?
The song Protector, she's on that song. So when Beyonce's performing, she brings Ruby out.
She's on the like rapid. Like what's she doing on the song?
She just got like a little intro of her talking to Beyonce, like her mom. So,
Oh,
and
okay.
then Beyonce goes into the song about protecting her children, yada yada yada.
Okay, I like that.
Is it a good song?
Right.
I mean, it's a
Uh,
slow cowboy song. So
Okay.
yeah,
She
then
was
take
up there
it off.
like some Jolene, Jolene, Jolene.
That's crazy.
I actually like that song though, but the rest of them kind of
Well, that,
cheap.
you know that's a remake.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Dolly, what's her name?
Hmm.
Dolly,
Dolly
whatever.
Parton.
Yeah,
They
she
call her
made
that.
that song. How y'all feel about remakes of different cultures, songs, or different race creating different songs or copying songs? Like, let's be real. I feel like our people is the one that created all genres of music. Um,
That's a bold statement.
I mean, am I wrong?
I mean, I don't know the history to even question that. I'm just,
Okay, my hypothesis. Let's put it like that.
ah,
My theory is
okay.
that from us. It originated from us. So I'm just
And there is a few genres. You're not lying about that.
yeah,
Blues,
definitely.
blues, jazz
Rock
music,
and roll.
rock and roll. What was
Apparently, country. Everybody's saying that. I didn't know that, but apparently,
yeah,
country came from us.
yeah. And hip hop, of course.
hmm
Right.
So ain't that all the genres? Am I tripping?
yeah,
I
yes.
mean, there's more genres than that,
I mean, but those
but
genres is them genres and genres made babies and created new genres.
exactly. I'm about to say it's based off of those originals more than likely. Correct.
So it originated
She said,
from
so my hypothesis was correct.
You
Yes.
are crazy.
I guess we can come to that conclusion.
I mean, so yeah, I do feel like I did hear the original version, and I like it. I like the original. So for her to recreate that, that is like a smart move. So like,
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I don't really like Beyonce's country. I'm gonna be honest.
well,
Uh,
you're in Nashville now. You're a
right.
Nashvilleian now, so.
I mean, it's not even that because I don't. I'm not biased or anything like that towards her. Like, but it's just like hearing the album. I'm just like, it sounds a little generic to me. That's why I don't like it because it just sounds a little generic. The whole, like her country music as a whole, it doesn't make me want to like get my hoe down. You know what I
It doesn't
mean?
make you get your hoe down though. Most of them songs is slow as fuck. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't like it too much because it's like I like the country music that's a little more, uppity in a way.
So, do you think that there was a reason why she went to country? Because
she ain't got nothing else to do.
yeah, it's given she was bored.
Ain't nothing else to do.
Because next she going to rock. She might go to rock.
I'll be excited to see that now. I like rock and roll. So
Do you?
You're doing rock and roll. Wasn't Tina Turner a rock and roll artist?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good music, so.
They call it Nut Bush. Nut Bush singing. You might want to watch that movie. It says, sing that shit right. Say Nut Bush.
That traumatic movie, dude.
It's such
It
an
was a good
iconic
movie,
movie,
though. It was a
though.
good movie.
That movie's iconic. You said they don't sound the same, Mike. What you just say? That's funny.
Hey, bro, you clouded.
Sing the shit like I wrote it. That shit was funny.
So, tapping into races, I have mentioned about the different races. I am curious, and this ties into our topic. Would you guys date outside your race? Oh, it's no.
Ooh.
It's straight no. Oh, the podcast over with. Bye.
Care to elaborate?
Oh, well, I do have a question. Is we just talking about white people, or are we talking about
any other race?
Any other race?
Okay,
other race.
Do Hispanic people, whatever. Spanish people, I guess that's what they're called.
Latin.
Who else? Anything but white.
Dang.
What is race though? I am so curious. What is race? Are we going off of the different ethnicities or nationalities? Because I always get those terms confused. Like, what is race?
I'll say ethnicity.
So ethnicity is race, basically.
In a way.
I would assume so.
Kind of. Google.
Right?
Yeah, Google. Yeah, what is, yeah.
All right.
What is race?
What is race?
I choose to be yellow.
Because that's just like, when we circling the bubbles, filling out who we are. What if I be like, I don't feel black today. I don't feel black American today. Let me go ahead and go to white Caucasian.
It says race is a social construct based on physical characteristics, while ethnicity is a cultural identification linked to shared ancestry, traditions, and history.
So race is what you look like.
White, Black, Asian, Hispanic. Ethnicity is Italian, Irish, Greek, or Jewish.
Right, because race only exists over here in the United States.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Like the world's much bigger than the stuff that we get exposed to.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Country that does that segregation shit. Like,
yeah, we're the only ones.
And that's kind of scary.
That's why, like, if they go to Europe, it ain't no black or white because you got to be defined of what you actually are. Like, are you English or are you, Italian or European, whatever? Only over here it's like, oh, black and white because you look white, so you're white. You look black, so you're black. It's a social. That's what it means when it says it's a social construct.
And it's crazy that it's only over here that we go off race. Even with the whole, like I said, filling out what are you? You do that at the doctor's office. You do that with tests. Like, why do you want to know who I am as a race, as a color?
So they can collect information and do things.
That's crazy.
And come up with determinations or whatever.
So
they continue to stay ahead and keep us under control.
That's a bold statement, Shawnee.
There's more where that came from.
I believe.
That's the tip of the iceberg. But
So, would you date outside your race?
uh, yes, and have.
Do tell. This is juicy.
I'm weak. uh, Hispanic girls are crazy, but they're cool. I feel like I wouldn't mind settling down with a Hispanic woman just because I know they are loyal for the most part. Like if you're their man, like they're loyal to you. They may give you a hard time and be a little bit of a bitch or be a little bit crazy, but they ride for you and they got your back no matter what. And that's all you can really ask for in a woman, right? At the end of the day, I'd rather deal with all that attitude. You know, I won't to. But if I know you mind at the end of the day and you ain't sneaking and geeking around with somebody else, that's cool. I dated white girls before. Some of them are alright, but for the most part, it's just to a certain point we just don't click, and that's why it's hard to like. There's certain things they don't relate to, certain conversations you can't really have with them, and you know it's just tight when you know us black folks like we can like we see things like just like cultural things like we know quotes from like you know old black movies that you know that's gonna be funny and we say it and we all know it and it's funny we laugh. It's kind of different. Like you know, if your spouse don't get that and you're laughing with other people, they can you know feel left out and uncomfortable. So it's just like, oh, that's a lot of little things. Like bringing them around. Like say if you bring them around a bunch of black folk, and this is probably bad, but they automatically kind of already feel uncomfortable in a sense. And um, black people are welcoming. I give that to us for the most part. We are the most welcoming people, but
Yeah.
we can be unforgiving people at the same time too. Like, or if they do something, uh, they can make them feel uncomfortable. If that makes sense. I don't know. It's hard to explain it, but
No, you're correct. They make it obvious. I know, like if my dad used to say, like if they can't use your comb, don't bring them home. Um, so it's like
I'm
off
weak.
rip, you already gonna be a jackass if I bring someone white or someone Asian or someone of a different race just with that comment alone. So let me be cautious on who I bring around you because you gonna start with the jokes. Like
Right. So
I just
you got to be kind of ready to like maybe not even be around your family that much if you go that route in a sense because some families don't like some black families just won't accept it for real. They'll kind
yeah.
of
Yep.
like and they'll look at you as like you're like uh doing something wrong in a sense, and it's just not fair to put people in that situation. So you got to
It
be
goes
prepared to start your own family.
it goes back to what you said, like unforgiving. I think it stems from our history, our ancestors, what they've been through. It's like, hey, you dating the slave masters, great
Yeah, some
grandpa.
people.
Like, yeah, like eh. So a part of me can see because I don't want to have to sit down and teach you some things because at the end of the day, are you really going to understand where I'm coming from? Are you understanding why my hair is this way? Why I talk this way or why I can cook this way? Are you going to really understand where I'm coming from or are you just saying that to appease? It actually has to become like a selfless thing. And like you said, at this point, you would have to start your own family because you're not going to be able to hang around your own family as much because it'll be an issue. So I know for me, it's a no. I've tried talking to, I wouldn't even call it a date. I've tried talking to someone of a different race and it didn't work. The jokes was like, that's not, you're corny.
The humor
You're
ain't the
corny.
same. The humor is not the same. You
Yeah.
gotta. It really isn't. And one thing that I can't stand to hear a white girl say, "Oh my god!" If I hear them talking and they're just literally like they say
Woo!
that
Like.
literally like I can't handle that. I get so irritated because it just makes you sound so stupid to me. I'm like I can't sit here and pretend like this is okay. Like it's so that ruins it for white girls with me if they do that. That's an automatic no.
It's they manners, period. They don't know how to say excuse me. It's like always what?
Yeah.
Right. That is true.
privilege.
That is true.
privilege.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, and then like they love to. They don't never see what they do wrong, but we just wrong if we react type shit.
Yep. Or we the angry black person.
Right. Exactly. But they're the
Yeah.
antagonizers, so it's like, what do you expect?
I'm afraid to hear that ER. I don't want to be your pass for you to have a pass to say the N word. I just don't want to be your pass at all.
Yeah, because then you also, when you're with somebody, you got to deal with their family. So what if their family got racist in there, and they like, why you with that
Nigger.
word? Yeah, you gotta be careful. I don't know if some words are like banned on YouTube. You know what I mean? But yeah, being mindful.
Touche.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know because you never know what you're getting into. Like they could be plotting. Not to sound paranoid, but you know what I mean. Like some of them folks can be crazy, and they're like, "Oh, they want to take my daughter away from my family." Like,
You know what's crazy? I think because where my mom's side originated from, they do have like a mixture of them dating outside their race. So it is a couple of whites there, and I mean they real cool. They real cool. So I consider them family. So I also feel like it just depends on a respect level as well. Are you able to I wouldn't even say accommodate, but are you willing to understand again where I come from, who my family is? Can you adapt?
right?
Can I adapt? Are you going to defend me in front of your family and behind closed doors? So
That's the real question right there.
yeah, so I think there has to be some compromise right there. So I'm not saying like just white people alone, but just any race, honestly. Because let's be real, Hispanic Italians, they don't like black people.
Yeah, and they want their people to be with people like them.
Yep.
Not just us.
And their race wants them to be with their race. They want you to be with your race. 9 times out of 10, that's how it is. Even with black folks, you think back to our grandparents. We ain't no different. Yeah, you need to be with. Huh?
What do you think that is? Like everybody
for us primarily, or just in general?
In general.
Everybody been affected.
Go ahead,
everybody been affected by. I think about blue bloods, so to speak. It messes up the genetics or the dynamic of things. It's just like people marrying into money.
Mm-hmm.
People, if you're rich, your parents was rich, they want you to marry somebody with a high prestige or with money as well. It keeps the family, the generations going. You're not worrying about if your family dynamic or your genetics is going to be messed up because the blood is off. That's even back in the day. We supposed to be asking our partners, what's your blood type? Because blood type is important as well. Because you never know what they have and then how your child is going to be affected. So I think race is important as well, or that's probably how they see it. That's just my theory. They don't want their generations to be messed up. I think back to certain celebrities, they have married like Diana Ross. You don't see none of us. All her kids they married outside their race, and they're becoming whitewashed. So I think
she ain't married nobody.
She was married to a couple of men. She was married. So her first husband was Berry Gordy, and she got that black child, the first child with him, and then she started just going a little Italian, whatever.
Oh, you talking about Diana Ross?
Diana Ross. Yep. Huh?
What's talking about her daughter?
Nah, she ain't married. She the only one that ain't married. But her siblings, though, if you look at the siblings, they married outside their race, and now the kids is becoming lighter. Even down to the Jacksons. Their skin, everybody in the family is changing. So I feel like this is just my theory. As in a white family, they don't want their family getting darker.
I'm done.
Y'all are getting darker over here. Same with us. We see a family that's dark now is becoming whiter. We like, what is going on with the genetics now? So that's just my theory.
I don't know. I kind of think because I mean I'm one of the type of people I would rather have mixed children. Um,
Same.
like so like I really would love to have like I said like children with a Hispanic woman, so they could be like grow up bilingual. Like I just think that's like because when you mix like genes and stuff like that, it creates like better people for the most part. Like why do you think like mixed athletes like if you see like sometimes mixed people are like real like bigger and stronger and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So uh I think it's good to mix mix up to like exceed limitations in certain ways. I
Mhm.
don't know. But like I said, I would love for my kid to grow up bilingual, to know Spanish and English growing up already. Like that's such an advantage to have. Like especially the way like everyone speaks Spanish these days. Like all these Hispanics coming here, like all that. So yeah.
Agreed. I definitely want my kids to be bilingual. No offense to Black Americans. I love y'all men. I love y'all. Y'all are always in my heart. I'm from a Black American man. But if I had to choose, or if I had that option to be connected and start a family with a man, it'll be someone of a different,
Coaching from a different.
yes. Like you just said, I want them to be bilingual. We are the only group, unless we learn it in schools and keep studying it, we only speak one language. These other races and other people outside these countries speak more than one language.
Yeah.
Because we're just a slave to this country and what they wanted us to be.
Spoiled. It's giving spoiled. That's just me.
Well, I'm gonna use the term it's giving trapped.
Ooh, Jay.
It's giving rat and experiment. That's what it is. That's funny. That's what I think about it. Well, let's collect all these rats and
It's giving try.
experiment with them.
That's
For
scary.
real.
Rat, rats though. That's
You,
crazy.
you know how they experiment with
Yeah, I know what
rats.
you mean.
Yeah. That's I know crazy analogy.
No, but you make it's like you said, it's the tip of the iceberg. So I can see that.
Hmm.
Also, like eugenics, that plays a part too. There was this couple on TikTok, and I forgot what they have, but they're in a wheelchair, and they break their bone, like their bones shatter
Mm.
every few months or something. That's just how their disability is basically. So people are in an uproar because these two people with disabilities decided that they wanted to have a child, and now that their child is here, the child has the same disability. So people are just mad because you guys that was selfish because now your child has to suffer like you. So I think eugenics plays a part too when we think of race. That's just me. Um, so
So
that is
people were mad at them for having a baby. Were they like in a relationship, or they just like were like, all right, we got to have this baby for
so
no
they're in a
reason,
relationship.
or
They're married. They're married.
we
They
can't expect them to not have intercourse like that. How can people be mad at that? That's crazy.
Because people are entitled.
yep.
People need to mind their business.
They
That's the
really do.
problem.
I agree.
A business and drink water.
Where did that come from? Why do people always say that? Where does that come from? I gotta know.
I don't know who started it, but I heard it and ran with it.
But
Yeah,
drink water.
like
Mind your business and drink water.
yeah, mind my business and drinking my water. Like I always see people saying that. I'm like, where did that come from? Who
I think
said
it's
it?
into being healthy. Staying out the way is got something to do with being healthy.
But
Mm.
uh now that you said that remind me. That's one reason I do like experiment with outside of my race because you get exposed to different things. So like as long as the foundational shit is secure, then you should be good. But that's the thing, you just gotta know that they're foundationally, correct. You know what I mean? So because then you can like they can teach you stuff about their culture, you can teach them stuff about your culture, and then y'all can just like collaborate and like live a great, fulfilling life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel the same with friends as well. I feel like it is good to step out of your comfort zone and befriend many people of different races. That's why I'm not gonna lie. That's why I wanted to go to a PWI, public white institution, um, to get that experience, to be able to converse with different races. Like I don't want to be so carnal minded that I want
I've
to.
never heard of that.
What PWI?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Public. That's just like
HBCU.
historically HBCU, historically
Oh,
black.
so it's the white colleges.
Pretty much where it's
Oh.
primarily white folks there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's like every college besides the HBCU.
Touche. I didn't think of it like that, but touche. But I definitely wanted to step outside of my box and just not just talk or be around black folks. I wanted to be around other races. I think that is so important too because you never know. We might need each other one day.
That's why. Well, I went to Norfolk first. That was the HBCU. It was just too many black people for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just too many. So then that's why I switched to, like you said, another white college or whatever people calling them.
PWI.
Yeah, I just needed diversity.
Learning things today.
Yeah. Learning.
Yeah, that's. Go ahead, my bad.
Go ahead. No, you good.
No, I'm saying, but that's in general. That's why part of me wanted to date outside of the black race in anyway, because it's like, you know how some black people can be like real closed minded and not open to like shit, and it's a turn off for me if I see that immediately, because I'm like, well, you kind of think this certain type of way, and I'm like so past that way of thinking, and we can't connect on certain levels, and then I'm gonna be searching for that out of somebody else, and I want to not have to do that. So that's where it can be difficult. But I feel like sometimes black, people, it just take them a little time to get open. I feel like a lot of people are starting to be way open to more things and stuff like that. Just like I love to say this country stuff now, like how I think we were just talking about that, like because black people are getting back into country music again, and I just remember everybody looking at me funny when I wanted to go to the Yellow Rose. So it's like,
okay, because I was one of those people looking at you funny, but I actually I like it. I enjoy it.
Oh, you like country music?
Yes, I'm starting to get my feet wet with country, and thanks to Dariah, Shawnee D. I actually do like country music. It's an acquired.
You just need a gateway. You need a gateway to get into it. Mm-hmm. And I always tell people all the time, like, especially the biggest gateway right now is Shabuzi. Like, Shabuzi makes great. Mm-hmm. So, and then he just like, because that's what a lot of country music is. It's that music you can feel. So that's why when somebody like him makes it, it's more relatable in a sense, and it can really get you into that type of music. That's why I'm not, like I just said, the Beyonce country. I'm like, that's not a good way to get black people in the country, because that is not good country music to me. I mean, it's okay. It is what it is. But Shabuzi got good country music. Like when he come here, like, he's always in Nashville anyway, but he's about to have like an official concert here somewhere. So I'm going to make sure I go to that, just because, like, it took me a while too, because at first I didn't like. I'm like, I don't like this country. I don't like this shit. It's all the same and blah blah blah. But it's such a vibe though. Like especially certain artists. Like living here, you get to hear like a lot of like local artists, because everybody come here to try to get big with their country music. So it's fun, like seeing them perform at places, or just like hearing the up and up stars like on streaming services and all that. I'm like, damn, like it's actually a vibe for real. So. It's an acquired taste, but it's definitely a vibe.
I like that. Even with contemporary music or pop music, who's like Taylor Swift, or you don't like her?
I hate Taylor Swift. I mean, some of the songs are okay, but it's just like the cult that she created. Like I can't stand that. Like the whole her brand in it as in entirety, I cannot stand. How she's like the whole Travis Kelce thing. I don't even know if their relationship was real. How they were like pan into her during the games. Like this bitch ain't got shit to do with excuse me, language. She ain't got nothing to do with football. And we making this all about her whenever a Chiefs game is on. Like, I don't know. It's just like because people already think the NFL be fixed anyway. So that just added to it. Like, oh, now the Chiefs make the Super Bowl back to back when she's like around. Like it just adds too much unnecessary bull crap. Like get her away. like the whole swag surfing thing. Like, you know, now them folks think they know about swag surfing.
Mhm.
They didn't know shit about swag surfing until they saw her attempting to do whatever the hell she was doing because it wasn't swag surfing during that football game. So it's like, oh, is that the Taylor Swift, the swag surfing? No, that. What do you mean, Taylor Swift? Like, it's just don't get me started on that. These people kill me.
I will say I like her old me when she first came out, like her old stuff. This now I don't listen to her now, but I'm saying when she first came out, like it was like 2 or 3 songs that I actually bopped to. So I mean I'll take a step out of the R&B or the rap just to listen to it. It just I just have to have an ear for it basically. But I will say if you haven't talked or dated someone outside your race, definitely try it. Like you said, you never know what you're going to learn, and you never know what they'll learn from you. Um, so yeah, but there
Hmm.
are certain people that strictly believe you need to be with your race and your race alone. And honestly, I I don't get that.
I feel like that's a real
Part of me don't
closed-minded
get
way of thinking.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just a closed-minded person.
yeah.
Like, I don't know. Mm-mm.
Set in their ways. You
Yeah,
know, and some people just be like that where they just got their belief like, no, we got to keep our kind alive and all
Mhm.
this type of stuff. That's
yeah,
too much because it's like we would be if it never happened to us, we all would be like way darker than we are. So it's
Mhm.
like that's how we
Okay.
got here. So
I
I
mean,
feel, I feel like if you tried it, cool, had that notion, had that thought process, like just like we've talked outside our races and all that. Now we know, that's not for us. We're good. Cool. You tried it. You experienced it. You had your experiences. You don't like it. Cool. But to just blatantly be like, nah, I'm good. Like, cool. That's
I
fine.
wonder. I mean, I'm now that I think about it, some people probably feel that way because, like, you know, um, black people, well, honestly, the whole human race, but you know, black people ain't having babies at the rate that we should. So eventually, there has been talks about how our race can like become extinct because like abortions and stuff. They say that's why we shouldn't be for abortions because back in the day, I don't know if y'all know this, the person that came up with the idea of abortion wanted to get rid of the black race. So, and you know, black people have abortions more percentage of our race than any other race. I think it was like they tallied up like from when abortions was first became legal until I don't know if it's legal. No, I can't keep up with it. And they said it was like millions of black people, like more of the black race than anybody else. So that's just the way. I mean, some people may be thinking like, "Hey, well, I don't want our race to go extinct, so keep it in our race." Some people may be thinking like that.
I can see that. I now that I can. I respect that. That right there. I like that. So that's completely understandable, and I did not know that fact, which is
Abortions to get rid of us.
that's crazy. I also feel like
The original idea. But go ahead.
I feel like colorism plays a part too. Like black people, I feel like black people don't like their own race, so they're gonna step outside their race to have a lighter baby
yeah.
because they don't even like their own complexion or they don't like where they came from or their race as a whole. So I think that plays a part too.
I
But
think that's something that's happened too. Because why do you think black people don't like their race?
because of what they started in back in the day, the whole
Mhm.
bag thing, like to see who's dark, who's light, who's darker than that bag, like that's crazy. And then we're separated in color first.
Yep.
Color. So people are growing up like, well, I hate my skin color because I'm getting beat up for it or talked about, called a gorilla, type
Oh yeah,
shit.
back in the day. Yeah,
Yeah,
because you did used to get talked about if you were darker. But
yeah,
Yep.
now I feel like that's switched a little bit because now everybody loves darker. You know what I mean? Like now
yeah.
everybody's loving that darker the berry, sweeter the juice. Like
Mhm.
now these days, women prefer dark skinned guys.
They all.
Uh,
But they don't. But people don't prefer dark skinned women. So
I
the
think
dark
that's
skinned
false.
are in, but the dark women are not.
I'll say women don't want a dark skinned man when it comes to kids though. They want their baby to look light skinned and have good hair. So yeah,
Nah, I don't know. I think that's the black men. I think black men
Maybe
don't
it's
want
both.
the dark
It's
women.
both. It's women that do it
Okay.
too.
It's a little bit of me. I don't want my baby to be a dark fan. I don't want my baby to be no darker than me.
Is you serious?
No. No. I would prefer not. I mean, you can't control that. I mean, it is what it is, but just a preference. Yeah, I would not really want my kid to be much darker than me. But I mean, I don't care at the end of the day. It is what it is. But preference. No.
But why is that though? Do you know why? Or
I don't know. To be honest, it's just kind of like, yeah, maybe the hair. I want my kid to have good hair.
What is good hair? I hate that. I hate it. I hate it.
Not hair that's able to grow, not hair that's matted up, and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me be the one to put
Yeah,
this
and I
out
want you to say it. That's deep. And see, this is
Don't
my
act
point.
like this
It's
is the first time you heard this.
But this is my point. It's, to me, from my perspective, it's primarily black men that is like that. Like, what? You don't want your child to have nappy hair. I'm gonna be real. Compared to some women, I barely made the cut. I had a guy that I was talking to who was light skinned saying, "Yeah, if you was like a shade darker, I probably wouldn't have talked to like."
Oh wow, you don't tell them. You don't tell them that. That's messed up.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I didn't care for dark skinned people either, men or women. I just didn't like them. I mean, now I don't care. I'm open to anything, but I don't know what it was about the dark skinned people back then where I just was like, no. But
saying, well, I'm
I
not.
think we just didn't grow up to appreciate the
Years,
beauty
yeah.
of darker when we
right.
were younger.
Yeah,
Because the light skin was always more attractive. Like
Yeah.
they put it in movies and stuff like that. It's just the way they presented light skinned people. It seemed like it was more it.
Good hair, pretty eyes.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
it's
The
a
whole
condition.
package.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
a
we were
condition.
programmed to that, but now we're seeing like, oh no, the darker the berry, sweeter the juice.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because baby, I love dark.
still want to miss kid though. But
What
I want my kids to have colored eyes for sure. Period.
yeah.
Look at. I mean, have you seen yourself? You your genetics is already that. So 9 times out of 10, your kids are gonna have
The other parent will have to carry the genetic
the
too.
gene.
Yeah.
So why do you want your child to have those different color eyes? I'm not opposed because baby, I wish I had those. You wouldn't have been able to tell me nothing if I had a different shade of eye color. But why
I
do
feel
you?
that.
Oh, it's just different. Everybody kind of, look the same to me when it comes to color. So to have different colored eyes, you just stand out more. So
Touche. I know for me, I want my children to have long, pretty hair.
Hold
Let me
on.
say
Can I?
good hair, long, luxurious hair. I don't care what shade my baby is. If you're dark, you a dark chocolate pretty baby. But please I want them to have some length, some thick, beautiful long hair. If I can get that, I don't care about nothing else. I don't care about the shade, but definitely the hair is my biggest thing. So yeah. So I think everybody has their quirks that they look for, especially with having children.
yeah.
So yeah, Shawnee wants a light baby. The
I'm waiting. But for real, I just found like something I want to touch back on because I saw this article about Margaret Sanger. This is the lady I was talking about who was like racist with abortion. And it's funny they produced this article on it's like on Ohio Senate website. And it was just talking about how like it was saying abortion is killing the black community. Saying like Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, like she's the one that came up with the idea. Was it what is that? I can never say that word right. Eugenist?
like eugenics.
Yeah. Am I saying that right? I feel like I ain't saying it right.
Eugenist.
Eugenicist. There we go. She said she was a eugenicist who systematically targeted inferior races for decades. She opened her first clinic in a black neighborhood in Brooklyn. So
And we
That's
still
enough
have
information in itself to show that we were targeted for that.
a Planned Parent.
And it
Uh,
says like
family.
6 black women. Hold on. Black babies in Ohio are 6 times more likely to be aborted than white babies.
Whew.
Really? That is
Yeah,
weird.
it's on the Ohio Senate website. It's on the link.
But did pass that law where we couldn't have abortions in Ohio anyway?
Mhm.
True. When was that?
Last year or the year before?
When your boy came in office.
I ain't got no boys in office.
Oh.
Let's put that out there. But anywho, that article was in 2023, so I don't know whenever that happened. But yeah, just some education because I mean, I'll tell you about my girl who I really like, Candace Owens. She had brought that to my attention a long time ago, which made me look into it and was like, wow. And not to make it all political, but it's just one of the things we were just programmed to do as black people. We're kind of, oh, let me just support this baby. Little do we know, all that's done on purpose. A lot of things, not even a lot of things, everything with us is done by design. We just don't know it because we're too in the system, being the rats we are, running around their little experiment to even realize it. So,
Oh, that's right. So do you feel like those women, because black people were raised in poverty, so most of the times they be thinking, I can't afford this baby. I don't want
which is
this
also
kid.
by design.
Yeah. That's it.
But what was your question though?
Who, me or Beth? I mean, beloved.
You,
I don't
you.
have.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you said, do you think something? But yeah, no, you saying that's the reason, like, because they can't afford it.
Mhm.
But that's honestly, I don't know. I can't speak on people's situation, but also I feel like you kind of could in a way. Like everybody wants to be. No one's ever ready for a baby for the most part. It kind of just happened. You got to think. Look, let's look at Mexicans for example. Like this Mexican woman that worked for me. She used to work for me. She's about to have another baby now. And she's like 44. Like they'll just pop them babies out. They don't care. Like they know it's like, and they'll raise them and they just make it happen. So it's just like a mindset.
Yeah.
That
I want to hold because they're family oriented and because they have a village. Like the person that
we don't have.
Exactly. The person that I am partnered up with, I see a different dynamic. You're funny. I see a different dynamic and it's very family oriented. There's a village. They do for one another. I promise they do. And it's to the point I gotta readjust myself because
not used to that.
Yeah. So she has a village, whether it's her mother, her grandmother, her great grandmother, and then the person that she's having kids with, his side of the family too. Then you got the TOs, the
There's
Tias,
support everywhere. They go pitch in if they need to. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's a village. So that's why it's okay to pop out these bellies because they know Tia or Tio or Primo go go watch this baby so I can go to work, and then I'm come back home and bring the bacon for not just my immediate family but the whole village. So it's I think a village. It ain't no thing I know. The village plays a huge part, and that is our problem.
Yeah.
We don't have that no more.
Yeah. I was gonna piggyback off you, Beth, because it does take a village to raise children.
Mm-hmm.
In our community, everything's so transactional. Like if I do this for you, you gotta do this for me. I'm not pay me. Like what type of shit is that? I think that is. I don't like transactional friendship, relationship.
Yeah, can't be around that.
Yeah, somebody
me and Beloved used to talk about that.
Yeah, I swear, the friendship done as soon as I hear it. Like, it's like we should all
know what type of time you're on.
Yeah. So yeah, that is in our community where we don't look out for each other or help raise the kids or nothing like that. Now we out here struggling, babies. So
I wonder why though, because it's just like the generations before weren't like that. So it's like, what happened to us?
Right.
I think that's what needs to be studied. Like, and how do we fix it?
I feel like it goes back. We need to get back to our roots. I'm not saying be born in the. Yeah, I am. a two-parent home. I mean,
Yeah, the
granted,
nuclear family.
it may not be perfect, but them two-parent homes plays a big part.
Yeah,
Um,
if they're doing it the way they
yeah,
should, correct. But yeah, that was by design too. They wanted to break up the nuclear family with
yep.
us, and that's why. I mean, that's why we can answer that question. That's why we are the way we are because they broke up the family. You
Hmm.
know, no dads in the home. That did all the damage you needed to do, and it like
Yep.
exacerbated things. So, uh,
So do you
yeah,
think the black community is the only community missing the dads in the home?
uh, I
I
wouldn't
just
say the only, but mostly
Okay.
because it's always you. For the most part, you think it's like black baby daddies not looking after their kids or whatever. Uh, like, because Hispanics, I mean, any Hispanic person I know, they at least in their kid life are trying to take care of their kids. Like,
hmm
I'm using that race for example. I mean, you got some white people that ain't shit too, like that ain't gonna take care of their kids, like some strung out drug addict. But for the most part, if it's a normal white person,
Yeah.
they excited about their kid. Like, so it's like it's only some trashy, strung out wannabe ghetto person that's not really
hmm
So I
on the
wonder
white side of things.
if the drug was it the 80s
Yep, crack.
crack. I wonder if that was like played a big part in that too.
It
Did
was.
Yeah.
It
uh
was. All that was about design.
food stamps, the what's not food stamps,
Welfare,
welfare
all that.
so here's the thing with welfare, they were not giving women assistance, black women assistance, if there was a man in the home. So
Hmm.
that also played a part with breaking up the families too. Oh, you got this man in this crib, oh, we can't give you that, no matter if both are struggling, we can't give you that. So they like, well, I can't, we can't marry because we're gonna lose our benefits, or we're not gonna have no benefits. So let's just still do our thing and have this family, but we don't need that documentation to say that we're married, because if we
Yeah,
have, we're not gonna get these benefits. And then also, it's become my fault.
you
It's
good.
become a thing where baby mama, baby daddy is a trend now. You see more gender reveals than you do weddings.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually making me sick. Like,
White people say that now too, baby mama, baby daddy. I was like, you said your what now? But
okay.
they do anything to sound cool. But but no, so that's the thing when you were saying that the welfare and all that, when they made those rules, like as a father in the home, we allow as black people, when I say we allow the government to get in between our family, our household, and to break us up. And that is just like grew more and more as time has came on. That's why, this whole thing, like men and women, let's say black people, black women and black men are like at this weird stance of not liking each other. Damn, they're like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? In a sense, like if you see on social media and stuff, like how everybody's complaining about how the black man this and or the black woman this and that. How I don't know. It's just like I feel like they created that divide, and I
Mhm.
can't really see how it's going to turn around because it's everybody's mindset is just so I don't know gone. like it's just crazy times we in. Like everybody's too busy trying to beef and
Mhm.
put each other down. Um, yeah,
I don't mind the whole different. So I'm not gonna. I was one of those black women that felt a certain way with black men dating outside the race. Like, how dare you choose this white woman or this Hispanic woman or this Asian woman over this beautiful black queen that you technically came from too. But the older I get, the more I'm just like, love is love. Um,
and I feel like that's how everyone should be.
yeah, I just want it to be a balance. Can it be a balance? Can we not wipe our race away? Let it be a balance. If there was a balance, that ain't got who you love is who you love. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But I just want it to be a balance. Can we keep our blackness strong? Can we keep it going? Like, where are we at?
And some freaking some black women, they really shit on guys that they like white girls. Like they really do. They just think they're the worst guys in the world. Like I'm like, that's
Mm,
crazy.
they're not the worst guys in the world, but I will want to know. well, not really want to know, but what is your motive behind? Are you trying to prove a point, or are you putting this white woman above us, or downing us while you're dating that white woman, or that Asian woman, or that Hispanic woman, or do you genuinely love her? Is it a fetish, or do you genuinely love her? If you genuinely love her, love her. There's nothing wrong
It's
with
probably a
loving who you
combination
love.
though, because people. I mean, it's funny that this is the topic, but people like to make stuff so black and white. Like it everything has a gray area. So
Yeah,
it's like maybe they're just wanting something different, uh, and figuring out, what they want. I don't know.
but she's
Uh, hmm,
it is the intention behind it because yeah, are you dating white women because you just mad at black women?
Mm-hmm.
Or how you got treated, or you just think she's
it could probably start as that.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like it could probably start as that. I'm cool on. I mean, at one point that's how I was. I was like, oh, let me see how the white women are. These black women tripping. So, and then I don't know. People have different reasons for why they do stuff, and they dabble in it and then come back to reality. I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
or see that that's not what they wanted, not what they thought it would. But no, as long as your intentions are pure, because if you sitting up there just dating white women because you mad at black women,
Yeah.
you got some deeper problems. Like you shouldn't be mad at anybody.
But like,
But
did you date that white man because you was mad at black men?
No, I actually genuinely liked him. He was real cool. Um,
probably
but
because it
once
was
I
something
got
different.
to, huh?
Yeah.
I said probably because it was something different.
Yeah, exactly. It was something different. And then and because of how I was raised with my mom, she's always been open to, hey, if you date outside you, I'm not opposed to it. It's okay. So it was, and then with my mom's side, I've seen uh family members date outside their race. My cousins is mixed, mixed, mixed. My goodness, is mixed. So I'm used to that. So it was nothing to me. It was nothing wrong with that until I had my experience, and I'm like, oh heck no, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if I want to understand your jokes.
Nah.
And maybe it was the wrong white man. You
Yeah,
know what
because
I'm
it could
saying?
have been some that
But would I go back? No, I'm good.
some good love and joy. When overcorrected, went back to you say, I'm getting as far away from white as I can. Oh, sorry, that's funny.
Had to go back to my roots, okay? Like,
Said I had
yeah,
to find myself
yeah,
again because this boy.
I'm not black no more.
That's hilarious. But I would like to. I don't know. So this is gonna be kind of some type of way. Uh, so get ready, buckle up. We about to go
Well,
on a
hold
ride.
on. You can't make me feel no other way when you said something about your child. You want your child to be not darker than you. So go ahead.
I'm still okay as the child. Don't be saying, don't be leaving it just over that part. After that, I said I'm okay and I'm gonna love the child regardless.
Touche, but
Put
you
that
gonna
out
look
there.
at that
I
baby
said
like
preference. Preference. I'm like, come on, please be not darker. But,
Oh my god.
anyway, what was I about to say? One reason that I am intrigued by women of other cultures is because they can be, or for the most part, initially or naturally, are more submissive for their men.
What race? What?
All other ones, like okay, what's the races? Like Philippines, Hispanics. What other races are there out there? I don't know. I just feel like because they're more.
The
Go ahead.
Caribbeans are not submissive.
Caribbean. Well, I've never dated a Caribbean. I don't know how they are.
Jamaicans. They'll take. I will say they'll take care of their men.
yes, they
Yeah,
will. They
But
will.
nothing submissive about them.
but what I mean by that is because like they, I don't know. They make it. I mean, I feel like they're looking for more of a partnership versus like the man just kind of being a man and or for what they like to do. Of course, I'm not saying between not none of y'all two, but like a lot of how these women are bred to be. I feel like these days, like to just kind of be a princess and the man just take care of everything and they just look pretty. And I'm just like, nobody. Go ahead.
Do you want to say something, Don, or do
I just
you
have a
want me to?
okay, 'cause I get what he's saying, but people from Arabs, aren't their men like the head providers and their women's is the woman is like I don't see a partnership in their culture. I'm just being honest. I mean, I guess it is. I don't know. But she at home working, but their culture is kind of like our culture. The man's the household, head of the household, and the woman supposed to stay home and cook type of thing. So
True, but I think it's like it's more like that naturally versus like it being forced.
touche. Because it's part of their culture.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I cannot be submissive to someone that is first is not a leader.
Right.
That's fair.
Secondly,
But you know these men are not leaders because they take the men out of our households. But anyway.
I mean, okay. I mean, true.
It all stems back to certain things, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
but is it bad that we women want to be treated like a queen? Once and I'm not speaking because there is some women out there that are grimy, but I have talked to other black women, and we are really just we don't mind being submissive, but it has to be to the right person.
Right.
Are they able to take care of the home? If we get pregnant and we have to stay home, can you take care of the home? Is it worth me making sure your clothes is ironed? Is it worth me making sure your food is made for? Are you doing your duties as a man, as a leader, for me to be submissive? Because submissive is
But
a whole completely different ball game. Like you're literally giving your all to them and listening and doing what these men tell you to do. That's different. Is it worth me doing that?
so I feel like black women put themselves in this situation because a lot of times because of the men they choose to go after. So they don't want to go after the guy that has it together. They want to go after a project that they try to fix. This person has potential, but they'll never reach that potential that they're longing for until they get
I
drained
can
of
see
everything
that.
they have, and they're too broken for the next person. Now they want somebody good. You know, popped out 6 babies. Like
I can
that's
see that. I can see that.
I have something to piggyback off of that. And some people might feel the way. I don't care. But um, yes, it's the women and what they're picking. And I also notice like women are controlling. It's like either they don't want a man that is doing all those things like you saying, Beth, take care of the bills, go to work, making sure everything good. Because they feel like if they had that, he's going to tell her what to do. So then they go to these men that are still boys, really, and then they
not
start
nothing where they can have leverage in the situation.
yeah, and then they're the strong person, and then now they're resenting this man because they're doing everything, but you seen what he was.
You was okay with that in the beginning. You ignored it.
Yeah,
But now you're seeing that, oh, this ain't changing. He ain't getting no better. Yeah, you found him like that. Ain't gonna stay
and
like
then they want to change somebody. Accept this man for who he is and find somebody else.
So I will say this probably stems from generational issues. Like you just said, like both of y'all just said, the man with the father not being there in the household. Let's put it there. Now you got mom being the leader, is in control of everything, is control of paying the bills, doing the work, or whatever. She don't need nobody because at this point she can make the thing float. She can make the household float without a man. So now you see that as a child. So now you feel like, well, if I can take care of myself or if I can do all this by myself, I don't need a man unless it's for one thing. But even for that one thing, I necessarily don't even need that. So it does have something to do with like a control thing, but it also stems from generational trauma or curses. So you guys are both correct. I know for me, beloved, you have to come as a leader. You have to come with the job. You have to come with your own stuff because I got my own stuff. So if you got your stuff and I know that you're able to take care of the household in me if I have kids, cool. I'm submissive. Your food is ready. Your stuff is earned. I don't mind doing that. But I have to feel comfortable in order to do that. I have to feel secure and protected in order for that submissiveness to come out. If it's not there, it's not gonna work. So, we just, but I will say this, Shawnee, go ahead and double back to the chocolate. You know, your chocolate bunny might be out there for you that's willing to be submissive and listen to some country music with you. I'm just saying.
That's the thing too, because it was so funny. That's the thing about some black women that are like older. I don't know. It's just like they're so. How do I even say it without? They're so. I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. It's the only way I can really say it. They're so fucked up in a sense, like where they let their past situations do so much to them, and it's like they just got certain ways, and I'm like, you are a lot to deal with, and I'm just like, you got to really be apprised if I'm gonna be dealing with like all this baggage that comes with you, because like I'm starting to realize like at this age, if a woman is single and had no kids, it's almost a red flag. Like at this age, I'm not saying y'all are different, but like where I'm at, if a black woman is in her 30s and she ain't got no kids, and it's probably tight because she's probably real independent and on her stuff, but she's so guarded and all that, where she won't even let nobody really in because she's like, I don't know, been so traumatized by everything in the past leading up to this point. And it's just difficult because I ain't got time to be breaking down all these walls. Like, so that's exhausting in itself.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, that again, I will say it stems from how they household was growing up.
Yeah. But that's why I'm a big believer in like I really have to marry my best friend. Like we can't just be like, because this is where dudes fuck up and where females fuck up, because dudes will do whatever in the beginning to get the girl. Like they'll play a completely different persona just because just play the game to get the girl, but don't even realize that they have nothing in common and don't even know each other's interests or don't share the same interests. So then they're wondering why when they're around each other, it's not naturally like clicking or like the relationship ain't prospering the way it should, because I'm like, y'all are not even friends. Y'all don't like the same things. So that's why I'm like, honestly, I probably at this point, if a woman is closed off to country music, I ain't gonna say that won't work, but it's gonna be a little more difficult for me in a sense, because I'm like, well, shit, if I want to go to this and you can't go with me, like that kind of sucks, because we're supposed to be like, best friends in a sense. We want to do the things we enjoy together. That's what like makes it great.
So would that be a deal breaker for you? Because I feel like if she can't go, you do have friends you can go to the concert with.
That's true.
If y'all have stuff in common, then that would balance that out. You know what I mean? So
that's true. Yeah, if we got other stuff, that's just an example, but that's not a definite. But if we just got to have a lot of things in common, because like then why not? Because that's why I say I'm a believer you should marry your best friend, because it's gonna be real hard, because like once you, at the end of the day, you're like, damn, we ain't got nothing in common. What are we doing this for? Like you get to asking all them questions and it don't feel like it's worth it. So you just got to have that person that you naturally have fun with. And
Agreed.
But that's why I'm like, but if a female is boring, I can't handle that. Like you ain't trying to go out. Yeah, like I'm like, if you ain't trying to, which most aren't, but you just, sometimes them overly independent ones, mature ones, oh no, I'll just go to work and go home or whatever. Or the mothers, they're just worried about their kids. They're not they don't know how to step out of motherhood. You know what I mean? It's levels to this shit. It really is.
I'm starting to learn that, because what?
Yeah.
It just sounds like he just ran into a lot of traumatic.
That part.
You just need to run into some
better
working females. That's all.
Yeah.
But it's real stuff, though. It's like they out there, they like that.
We didn't run into some bums.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Majority are bums.
Yep. That want us to do all the work. So they want us to take care of them, plus go to work, plus fish out some money for the
But women also fuck up because they put all that out there too for them to do it. You give a motherfucker an inch, they're gonna take a mile. That's why I used to tell a friend, I ain't gonna let the name out there. I'm like, what you mean you let your dude take your car to work? You crazy. What? I'm like, they go, You do that, then they got ownership of the car. They go think that, well, and then when you don't want them to, take the car to work or whatever, like, well, why? You let me do it the other side. What you trying to do? They turn it back on you. It's a lot of, don't let your man take the car, females.
You set
I'm
the
sorry.
standard. You said
Yeah.
you give them like you said, you give
Because
them
why are you messing with a dude that ain't got a car?
that part.
Like, come on.
That
Because he
part.
probably done lied to you in the beginning to get it. It's in the shop.
Exactly right. Like,
It's in the shop. It's getting worked on. It'd be these dudes or dudes though. He probably was just getting had a rental for the week. You didn't even know, just to be able to link up with you when y'all first started linking up. So you think he had transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dudes really be on that. So but sometimes, I don't know, women just got to be smarter in that department.
And
Because I feel,
keep going.
no, because that's what creates all this, I don't know, turmoil that
Mm-hmm.
they got. But what were you saying?
I think also I'm not saying write a list out, but that you need to have expectations and standards. Like for me, mines have to have their own car, their own crib, and a job. I'm not saying that you need to have a college degree, but you at least need to have a high school diploma. Can I converse with you on an intellectual level? Do you know past your colors and your ABCs in just addition? Like, are you good with money? Are you good with saving? Because what if we get married and we have kids? Can you do you have a savings account, right? Like, so
But that's also a thing too, because I feel like everyone, and this is a big thing, big issue with me. I feel like everyone expects such like perfection in a sense out of their partners
true.
in order to even get to that level. Because everybody to this age, we feel like they should have this and this and that. But if you're partners, then you kind of help them get that. That's what kind of sucks that we're at this big age, because like when you're younger, you can kind of get away with it.
yeah.
But I mean, when you're older, but everybody develops differently. So, what? I mean, it just depends on what it is.
Go ahead,
no, go ahead, Don.
I will say it is levels to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the basics, like definitely, I mean, Lord have mercy, beloved name, the basics. We 30, y'all.
Right.
Still
You're
trying
right.
to figure out life. It's levels, but car, job, high school diploma, because college ain't for everybody. A savings account, working on that credit score. That's the basics. Now, as far as like healing through traumas and learning how to communicate and all that other stuff, yeah, that takes some years. But the basics,
But it's hard one, I got all this stuff, so I can speak on this. But so listen. But my thing is though, because I know how it is in the Black community. So like most Black dudes, like, cause they say you are around the five people you hang around the most. Most Black dudes, especially that these women like to go after, our Black queens love to go after, are not around people that have that. Like they're around probably some bums for the most part. Why? Because they probably grew up with them, or whatever. They're probably friends for forever. They don't chase to be around better people until they get to a certain age. Because they say men mature slower than women, right? Is that true?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you gotta think like it's certain times like people are they have a certain mindset for so long and they don't know any better because that's all they're around. Like you gotta think so if they're around each other, say, I don't know, doing whatever, you gotta think of the conversations most guys have. Like this is why I talk to a lot of white people, because the conversation is different. We have conversations around some Black dude, a group of Black dudes, they too busy talking about the most stupid, ignorant shit. It ain't nothing that's gonna help you grow. They don't like to have conversations about like what they're actually struggling with because it makes them uncomfortable. So it's like it's a lot that goes into that, and that's why they're not growing at the pace that they should. So it puts them behind, and it's unfortunate because like time passes and then they're at this age and like, damn, well, I don't know how to do this or that and the third. And then like women, I don't know, say a woman, for example, kind of has it all together better than they do in a sense. And then they just kind of, they have no chance at that point because of who they've been around. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody wants a project. Nobody should be dating if you're still trying to figure out life personally.
I guess I should.
There's nothing wrong with building. What'd you say?
I said, I guess I should be dating. But,
There's nothing wrong with building when we're building together, but just remember it's reciprocation though. So if she's the woman sitting there trying to help you out, how the hell is you gonna help her out if you barely can pour into her cup?
yeah,
Just
that part.
Yeah.
That part. But I will say, like both you guys said, nobody is perfect. But at least you still can have the basics. Those is the basics. Age definitely plays a part because it's like we are 30 something. We're 30. What have you been doing? What have you been doing to not have what you need?
but I'm explaining it to you what they have been doing.
They were
That for real though, it's real though. They've been probably skipping around jobs because they're not punctual to grow with the company if they got a job. So they probably have some entry level position and not making too much money. I don't know. I can't speak on everybody's emotion. But I'm just saying a lot what the situation could be a lot of times. Yeah. And they're just around people that are not telling them how it is to make themselves better. Like there's no accountability anywhere, especially if they're raised by a single mom. The mom's just enabling them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot that goes into that, and that's why I'm real selective on who I be around because like people really be stuck on that shit. Like, but it's a terrible game to play, and that's why I feel like a lot of more mature, grown black women are starting to swing outside of race because they're like, look, these black men don't even know how to be a husband. And also, let's put this out there. Black women that are put together in a sense, they don't even like to teach because they're like, oh, I don't feel like teaching no man. They should know. Well, newsflash, buddy. I ain't gonna say we, but we as in black people, but I'm not including myself. We don't know because there was no father in the household to teach them how to be a good man to a woman. So women need to stop this whole little thing of, oh, I'm not teaching no man how to be a man. They should know because it's just, I think that's furthering the divide because like you should know it's partnership. Like you can't know how to love somebody if you're not going to communicate to them because women love talking about, oh, communication, but they don't want to communicate on certain things like that. Am I making sense?
Yeah, but I have a question. When you say teach, what we teaching? Because it's levels.
Yeah.
I mean, what's an example? Like, so let's say savings, for example. Okay, so the average person that's black that, you know, I don't know how to categorize them. Like, say they probably don't know that, you know, saving simple stuff like, oh, you know, you should pay yourself when you get your every check before you spend on anything else. Like, a lot of them people don't talk about that. Like, so they're not getting that from anywhere. You know, they don't teach it in school. Black women, if they were raised by a single mom, they were raised by somebody that wasn't financially secure, so they were struggling, so they can't teach them. Where are they supposed to learn this shit from? Black people don't have mentors, or most black young men don't really have mentors, and if they do, they're lucky. But for the most part, they don't have mentors that really know what they're, you know, doing. So their mentors are who? Their friends or somebody that's in jail or somebody on the street. So it's just like they don't know these things. So people need to be more uplifting to teach them. I feel like women can help with that a lot because they be so. Go ahead, Beverly. You got something? You got something to say?
You make a good point because I feel like women were created to be the helper, so that I can definitely see why you would say that, and I completely agree. However, are they willing to learn?
Sure.
Are you willing to learn? Don't.
But that's when you got to have the conversations though, because like people don't have these conversations. I feel like they kind of just see something and kind of dismiss them, or like they're too busy just saying what you're doing every 2 hours. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just quit the small talk and have these real conversations. Like, hey, where are you at? Where do you feel like you at in life? Like, that's the stuff you should be, talking about. Like when you're sitting there, I don't know, chilling and on a porch, or I don't know, like just have the conversations. Like, quit just fucking all day and not doing nothing else. You know what I mean? So let's like talk to them, get to know each other. Like they're afraid to have these conversations that matter. And yeah, I can keep going with that forever. But
I feel like this could be a part two. This definitely can be a part two because it is, like you said earlier, it's the tip of the iceberg, and it does go deeper than just dating outside race because there's deeper issues at hand on why we would want to date outside our race or why we wouldn't want to date outside our race. So I think there should be a part two. Just those out there.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, we're always learning and forming more opinions. So, of course, we've been going for a minute.
Yeah.
We have.
It don't even seem like that long. That's crazy.
Mhm.
It was fun though.
But I like this conversation. I'm still gonna say it again. We definitely need to have a part two. Maybe add somebody else to it because it's always
Yeah.
good to have multiple perspectives to this conversation. So, yeah.
My only thing is black women. You gotta help out your brothers, man. They lost out here. Trying to tell you.
And
Black
Shawnee
men are lost.
They need another
and,
black man to help them, not women.
and black women.
True, but we need more black men
Women.
we need more black men that wants to help them. Like, and they have to be accepting to that.
Y'all lost. We tired.
Exactly.
Wrap it up.
Get some sleep.
Get some help. Okay.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh Lord.
I don't know.
All right.
That's funny. Yeah, part two.
Yeah, part two.
We'll wrap it up. But this for the Don and Beloved, Shawnee, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll catch y'all on the flip side.